Have you ever woken up with a stiff neck or with pain in your neck? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm executive power coach. So, basically, what that means is I help you look your best when you walk into a room. And how do I do that? By working with you, along with you, with on your posture. So, basically, we're working towards a posture. So, um, going back to our topic, have you ever woken up with a pain in your neck? Why this can happen is if you sleep in a wrong posture. There are many times when we sleep at night, and when you wake up in the morning, you have a little pain in the neck. Now, that happened to me just yesterday night. So, I woke up this morning and I was thinking, I'm probably not the only one that it ever happens to, right? So, when I have the pain in my neck, when I had the pain in my neck, it's resolved now. I was thinking, oh, this good is just a strain, but it can actually be really bad sometimes. I have seen people um, during my practice where they would come in and they are hardly able to move their neck at all because of the pain. And obviously, if you sleep in the wrong posture through the night, you're in there for whatever number of hours you're sleeping. You're in there for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours, depending on how long you sleep for. So it is a very static position for your neck. So you have to make sure your neck is in neutral, right? So what happens when you actually wake up with that sort of a pain where you just can't move? I mean, it can be so bad where even breathing is painful. So, what's happening is a condition called acute wry neck. So, it's spelled as WRY. Acute, as in it's an acute condition, you have a lot of pain. So, acute wry neck is when you wake up with a really stiff neck. Now, it can have a few different reasons. One of the reasons could be that you actually have had a problem with your disc. So, disc is, I'm sure everybody is aware of what a disc is, but just for those who are not too sure, a disc is a spongy, gelatinous structure that is present between your vertebrae. Now, these vertebrae, they're stacked on top of each other, and that's how they make up your spine. So, in order for these vertebrae, these bony blocks to not rub on each other, there's this jelly cushion like material in between them, which are called discs. So, sometimes there's a problem with the disc. And because of that, you can have a stiff neck. However, that problem can last really long, like, well, when you have a painful neck, 4 to 8 weeks, right? Or maybe up to 10 weeks can be quite a long time. All right. So, but we are not going to talk about the rhinic that happens because of disc, which is called a discogenic rhinic in medical terminology. But however, we are going to talk about the rhinic that happens because of a locked facet joint. Now, what is a facet joint? So, just a very brief anatomy. When you look at your spine, again, we're looking at those vertebrae stacked on top of each other. The spine has got joints in the center and also on the sides, right? So these joints on the sides is where your nerves are coming out and supplying. Say if it's we're talking about your neck, then these are the nerves that are supplying your arms, forearm, and hands. Okay. So basically, these facet joints they're present on either side of the vertebra at every between every two vertebrae throughout your spine. So if this facet joint, like any other joints in the body, like my fingers, they can move like this, right? These facet joints, when they're sitting on top of each other, there's like a slight movement, and that's how you do all your side bending, rotation, etc. However, when these facet joints get locked, so think about it, if this is my finger and the finger joint gets locked, say in this position, I can't move it down, I cannot move it up, it's just stuck here, right? So similarly, your facet joint can sort of get stuck because of multiple reasons, or one of them being that you've slept in a wrong position and the facet has been in that position where it's not in neutral, it's not in a happy position, right? So the facet gets locked. Now, when the facet gets locked, because the facets are on one side, what will happen is if my facet is locked here, think about if you're wearing something with a high, a shirt with a high collar or high neck, and it is tight on one side, what will happen? Do you see how my neck automatically moves to one side? So when my facet joint here, suppose there's a joint here that just doesn't move, what will happen is automatically my head will tilt to one side, right? So that is one of the features that you will see when you wake us. Mostly it is after you have woken up in the night, sorry, in the morning. So because of your bad posture in the night, you will have the head tilted to one side, right? And any attempt whatsoever to move that neck back into the neutral, so this is my neutral, right? So any attempt to move my neck back into neutral will cause more pain, and in fact the pain can be quite severe. um, Usually it is sudden and it is severe, so it just comes out of nowhere, it suddenly comes and just gets you. Usually takes about 7 to 10 days to completely recover. The first 2, 3, 4 days can be quite difficult. It is a mechanical block. Basically, there's no disease or disease disorder or any pathology going on over here. It's not like you have a disc issue. I mean, not in this one, but it's not like you've got a stenosis or cervical spondylosis or anything. It can happen even without all that. It's just a pure locking of the joint. So it what will happen is you will not be able to move without any sharp shooting pain around this area. The pain can actually also go into the arm or forearm or towards the upper back, and especially towards the affected side. All right, so it does sound a bit drastic. It can be quite painful. However, it's not the end of the world. There is treatment available, and physiotherapy is the main stay of treatment for this. I have discussed this condition in more details in my blog, which I will leave a blink. Okay, I'm mixing up my words today. I will leave a link for you to the blog in the comments below. And if you're watching me on Instagram, it'll be on the link to my bio. You can follow on to the blog, and from there you can go to acute wry neck. So if you just type in acute wry neck in my blogs in the search bar, it'll come up. So yeah, so if you have this problem or ever had this problem, have a look at the blog and see if that resonates with you. And if you are watching me now on the live, you can say hello, so I know you've been here. And if you're watching me on the replay, please do comment #replay, so I know you've been here. Have a look at the blog and let me know how you go. And if you are watching me on Facebook or Instagram, go over to my YouTube and you can subscribe to my channel there, and you can press the bell icon to know about more live videos that I would be doing. So I do live videos twice a week. So yeah, if you like what you're watching, press that bell icon there. Alrighty, I hope this was a bit useful. Hopefully you've never suffered with this condition, but if you have, it's a good idea to know what's going on so that you can be more prepared in the future and you can look for more solutions as well. Okay, I'll see you guys the next time. Bye for now.